Welcome back to another My Hero Academia anime versus manga comparison video breaking down season 6 episode 11 titled DABI'S Dance, which happens to be the same title as chapter 290. We will be going over all the changes made from the manga to anime adaptation. So of course, if you are new to the channel, then be sure to subscribe with notifications on so that you don't miss a video. And if you want to further support the channel, then please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button. To start things off, the episode begins by teasing us the return of Best Jeanist. The anime makes it pretty obvious that Best Jeanist is the one on the plane, with the extra shot of him from below the neck showing off his iconic jean costume. Personally, I would have preferred that the shot wasn't added in, just to keep things a lot more ambiguous for later. After the opening, we switch over to Deku while on the ground. Deku tells Ida to take Bakugo and Endeavor to safety. We get an added shot of both Bakugo and Endeavor. Nejiri gets an added shot too when Shoto tells her to keep pressing Shigaraki. The half-baked demon himself, Shigaraki, gets an added shot of him smiling before we switch back to the Ochako versus Toga fight. During Ochako and Toga's fight, when Toga throws her syringes at Ochako, making her fall back onto a bunch of stuff, the anime removes the detail of Ochako landing and breaking a TV that turns on by itself and starts playing the news, meaning that the news playing in the background giving us information about Makia getting bigger and the news losing feed because of something happening to the airwaves are removed. After Toga picks up the little All Might plush that Ochako was lucky enough to get from Deku during the Christmas party, Toga says that Ochako likes Deku, which let's be honest, everybody knows, and we get a flashback to the provisional license exam where we get an added shot showing Toga as Kami. When Ochako uses Zero satellites, the anime adds in a shot of the All Might plush falling to the ground. As Ochako calls out to Toga, the anime removes the first set of stomps from Makia. After the arrival of Froppy, the anime adds in a shot of them having a little standoff between the characters. Switching over to the moment we've all been waiting for, the reveal of Dabi's true identity being Toya Todoroki, the older brother of Shoto and eldest son of Endeavor. This was honestly the greatest plot twist in the series. Yes, we all saw it coming except for Endeavor and Shoto, but it was just the writing from Horikoshi was done so masterfully that it was still capable of shocking the fanbase so hard that back when chapter 290 first released, it outtrended the 2020 US election, and Bones have done it again. Thanks to Yoshihiko Umakoshi for beautifully animating Dabi's dance, as well as Shun Shibata for that amazing panel shot of Dabi. Not only that, but Dabi's voice actor Hiro Shimono absolutely killed it with the voice acting for this scene. The raw emotions, the fluid animation, and the OST created such a phenomenal cinematic moment for the series that it honestly felt like this should have been a part of a movie. If you couldn't tell by now, Dabi and the Todoroki family in My Hero Academia are my all-time favorite characters, so I'm going to be very biased and say that this was a 10 out of 10. Continuing on with the beginning of Dabi's Dance, when the broadcast is about to be aired live, we see the Feel Good Inc. satellite in space and Skeptic sending the satellite signals to air the Dabi video on live television. The anime also doesn't adapt the nurses running to Rei's room to try and keep her away from seeing the broadcast. Once Dabi finishes the Past Never Dies monologue, the anime doesn't adapt the plane carrying Best Jeanist flying over the city. When Endeavor recalls the day Toya died, the anime adds in a scene of Endeavor showing up on Sokoto Peak while the flames were still active. This scene is such an amazing addition as it shows Endeavor was really worried for the safety of Toya, but sadly, as we know, there was no body found at their training location. For some added detail, the anime adds a picture of Toya in front of the box of his remains. Endeavor showing off his flames to Toya is an added scene that really helps showcase how different things were back then when it came to Endeavor being somewhat of a good father in the past compared to how he becomes in the future. Even Rei and Fuyumi being on the sidelines watching them train gives this overall vibe of the Todorokis once being a happy family, like how Fuyumi once had insinuated at them being. Now, I remember back when chapter 291 first released, there was a lot of discourse over this line of Rei wanting more kids so that the kids could could all support each other growing up, because people just really wanted to simply hate on Endeavor and didn't want to believe that Shoto and the others were wrong about Endeavor forcing Rei to have more kids. Well, there you have it. Rei actually wanted to have more kids. Moving on, we get an added shot of Endeavor smiling when seeing Toya being able to cross that gap between him and All Might. Plus, a shot of Toya walking right behind of All Might was added in as well. For a small change in detail, when we see Fuyumi, she is already watching Toya's live broadcast at school. In the manga, she is actually in the middle of teaching a class when a teacher comes in to make her aware of the broadcast. Natsu also watches the broadcast on his phone vertically and not full screen like in the anime. The anime doesn't adapt the panels showing people commenting under the broadcast, but adds in a shot of Skeptic editing the footage of Twice being stabbed in the back by Hawks. During the Hawks segment of the broadcast, the anime doesn't adapt DABI'S perspective, showing the footage of Twice crying and running to go help the others. The broadcast in the anime is shown a little more, with the broadcast showing a picture of Best Jeanist during the Hawks segment. When Kanshisi Kid's friend is talking about how DABI has won in making society lose faith in heroes by speaking out, the panels showing the city, Ida, and Nejiri are not adapted. Of course, I have to give props to everyone at Bones once again for the scene showing DABI'S prominence burn. Shoto's voice actor Yuki Kaji gave a truly phenomenal performance here, where you can really feel the pain in Shoto's voice as he is trying to hold back tears as he needs to now fight his brother. The animation for DABI'S prominence burn was absolutely god tier, especially with the back and forth shots showing Endeavor in complete shock and DABI smiling on his way down was the cherry on top of an amazing scene. The episode ends with the arrival of Best Jeanist stopping DABI and an added still frame showing everyone. The final change for the episode happens during the ending, where we now have a shot of Toya and a shot of DABI in the ending. Now, episode 124 covers a total of 3 chapters, them being chapters 289, 290, and 291. This episode is my favorite episode of all time. Everything from the material being covered to the love this episode got from Bones was amazing. Personally, this episode made me like the Ochako versus Toga fight a lot more than I did when it originally came out for the manga. The episode also pretty much ignores the added dialogue from last week's episode, so I'm not really too bothered about Ochako not sounding very hero-like anymore. Overall, the performances, animation, and OST done by everyone was phenomenal, and it has me super pumped for the next episode and for the rest of the season. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on the changes made to episode 124. Did the episode meet your expectations? Let me know everything in the comment section below. With that said, thank you for watching another My Hero Academia anime versus manga comparison video. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to Detroit, smash that like button down below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more My Hero Academia content, then be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on to join the Kitoroki Hero Academia to become my hero. Doing all of this really does help the channel out a ton, and it's always appreciated. Remember to stay plus ultra, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.